So that's the governor's residence of Gibraltar, of a representative of the British Parliament lives. And across there, I'm a restaurant. I went there for some good food last night. Some really nice kosher food, North African. Yeah. I did try visiting a synagogue earlier today. Knocked on the door. I said, "Is the synagogue open?" And he said, "No, it's closed." I was like, "That's a shame." I thought they needed an extra man for the minion. Starting telling you, don't feed the maquis. Last time I was in Gibraltar, I didn't even see any of these. I literally thought you have to go to the top of the rock to meet them, but they are all over this peninsula. And as you can see, this is the map of Gibraltar. I mean, the border's there, you got the airport. Let's see, where about am I? Let's figure out what it was. Oh yes, I was just visiting the synagogue there. My accommodation was like up around here. So yeah, it must be around here, yeah. So there's a cable car from here that'll take you to the top of the rock, and then you can do a bit of your walk around, I guess. This is Trafalgar Cemetery. There are people buried in this grounds from, what, 300 years ago? It's around the time like 1707, Battle of Trafalgar, when Britain overtook this peninsula. Some of these graves date back way. This is the cable car, which takes you up to the top of the Rock of Gibraltar. It's going to cost me roughly 16-ish pounds return ticket. There I go. I'm inside the cable car. It cost me 19 pounds to return ticket. Used to think it was 16, but it's gone up in price. Let's go. Just riding up on top of the rock. You can see Morocco in the distance right there. Considering I was there yesterday. Wow. One of those apes of Gibraltar, just scroll by right there, and there's one over there. Gibraltar is such a magnificent place, because look, this is all Europe, that's all Spain, and there's Africa right there. Here I am, on top of the rock. This is the good viewing point. We can see, all of Gibraltar. And also, you got plenty of Barbary Apes who come up. I just saw one of them calling some guys back, and I was like, oh my god, please don't let that be me. So my mom was like, don't let them bite you, okay? If you get bitten by them, straight to hospital, rabies shots. Because it was actually in this exact location Michael Palin was filming for Sahara, and as he's looking out through these telescopes, one of the apes came by and stole his banana. I just paid £2.50 for a can of Coke up here. Yes, it is rip-off tourist trap prices, but I need to take my morning medication, so be it. But important thing is to take your rubbish with you, don't litter. Oh, here it is. It's giving me its backside view. When I came to Gibraltar in 2011, I didn't give myself the chance to go to the furthest point in Gibraltar, like Europe Point, or the opportunity to go on top of the rock and see the Barbary Apes. Basically, at the time I was like, I'm too tired, I don't know what to do, there's too much money to spend. And you know, I had a limited budget back then, because a year prior to that I came home from America broke. So 12 years later, I come back to Gibraltar, I get to see a few synagogues, as I'm now Jewish, I get to see the Barbary Apes, and I'm closing in on Europa Point, which would pretty much be the highlight of this trip. That I've actually like walked from the Gibraltar border to Europa Point. It's over there. Okay, this is a mosque that was actually paid for by the government of Saudi Arabia. It was built in recent times, and it's actually located at the southern point of Gibraltar. We are actually at Europa Point. There's a bus going by there. The mosque is here. There's a church not far away up there. So all three major Abrahamic faiths have their buildings in Gibraltar. Lovely view from Gibraltar Point. You have a mosque there, the Rock of Gibraltar, sports field, the university, cannons. No apes are located here, unfortunately, but it's the southern point of Gibraltar, so they call it Point Europa, even though that Tarifa in Spain is the southernmost point of Europe. And over there, you can see the mountains of Morocco in Africa. Wow, stunning, breathtakingly. Right here we have a Polish war memorial to General Wilatslaw, forgive me, Sikorski, who died in 1943. And when children forget they had lived in the shelters, the deeds they had witnessed were too base to forgive. Let them always remember just this thing about us, that we all fell in battle so freedom might live. Testament to the fall in Netherlands in 1942. We want peace based on the force of the law and not the law of force, not only ourselves but the whole world. That's to commemorate those Polish fighters who died in Gibraltar in a plane crash on the 4th of July 1943 during World War II. So we've got the Polish in exile coat of arms and all these brave men who lost their lives, and also a few British men as well. I am standing right now at Europa Point, at the very bottom of Gibraltar. I've walked all the way here on the border crossing, and that is literally Africa in the distance. You can see the Spanish territory of Ceuta, which is right over there, and then the Rif Mountains of Morocco. Stunning. I just can't believe how, like, yesterday I was over there in Morocco and today I'm over here in Europe. There's always rock stars coming to Gibraltar every now and then. When I was here in 2011, weeks later, Simple Minds and Alan Parsons Project were playing a gig here in Gibraltar. This year, Nile Rodgers of Chic is coming to the rock. McDonald's here in Gibraltar. How unique. My cousins live in the Channel Islands of Guernsey and there's even no McDonald's there. So they have to go to the mainland for Macca's. I just can't believe it. I've had McDonald's in South Africa, Egypt and Morocco, and I'm about to have it in Gibraltar. I'm in the Hebrew cemetery in Gibraltar, not far from the airport and the borders. Most of the people buried here have Sephardic surnames. So when you come to think about it, Gibraltar was originally part of Spain. And so if you were Jewish and you fled to Morocco during the Spanish Inquisition, years later, you would have actually came back to Spain when Gibraltar became part of Britain as a British territory. So therefore, a lot of Moroccan Jews came to Gibraltar hundreds of years later. So in the cemetery you find many different surnames like Hassan, Sassoon, and mostly Sephardic surnames that you can even find in Jewish cemeteries all over Morocco. Even there's plenty of Levi's, and I'm pretty certain there are Ashkenazis also buried here as well. And an interesting thing about entering or leaving Gibraltar by land is you have to walk through the airport. See, there's a British Airways plane over there getting ready to take people back to Gatwick or Heathrow. So here's me going back to Spain to travel all the way to Malaga. Well, I've left behind Gibraltar back there. I'm now back in Spain for the next dias. Yeah, so now I'm going to go find a bus to get to Malaga.